Is the report about Brett Brown potentially being fired true? Maybe. Maybe not. It's a little bit fishy that we get this report on the eve of Game 7. Hey, yo, Brian, you have anything to do with this? All right. So let me just say this before we even get into anything. Before the playoffs started, I said it wouldn't surprise me if Brett Brown was let go. Why? Well, the Sixers have a new general manager, and his name is Elton Brand. And if Elton Brand feels like Brett Brown isn't his guy, he's going to want to hire his guy. For example, Brian Colangelo, when he was brought in to take over for Sam Hinkie, the Colangelos, well, they wanted Mike D'Antoni. D'Antoni took the Houston job. Then they were looking at Jay Wright. They really never wanted Brett Brown. Brett Brown stuck around. And Brett Brown turned out to be a better GM than Brian Colangelo. He got Landry Shamet at 26, and he's a better basketball player than Markelle Fultz, who got taken #1 overall, and you traded a future first for. All right. Do I think Brett Brown's going to be fired? I don't think so. I think they're going to give him one more year. Sometimes you'll see stuff like this where it's like, you'll see a report leaked, hey, they're thinking about firing this guy. And then a couple days later, they just reconsider. And they go, all right, you know what? He was fine. We're going to give him one more year. And it is what it is. I think there's been progress from Brett Brown from last year to this year, from the playoffs at least. He was bad in the playoffs last year. No adjustments at all for Brad Stevens and the Celtics. Celtics just took advantage of that switching defense, took advantage of the limited athleticism from the Sixers, getting the mismatches on guys like Ersan Ilyasova, Marco Bellinelli, J.J. Redick. He never had the answer for them last year. But this year against Toronto, well, after Game 1, they packed the paint a little bit more, forced Toronto to shoot it. Toronto's been really struggling from beyond the arc. So some defensive strategies that Brett Brown has employed has worked this series. He's also implementing Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris into the offense more and more. There's been more pick and rolls for Jimmy Butler, believe it or not. So things are getting better. Now, there are a lot of people who do want Brett Brown gone. I am kind of indecisive. I like Brett Brown, but I also believe that there's probably better options out there. But there's also the saying that grass isn't always greener on the other side. And I don't know if you fire Brett Brown that you're going to get better. So those are kind of my thoughts there. Do I think he's going to get fired? No, I don't. Maybe he will. The report is saying that he needs to get to the finals. Okay. But the Raptors had the second best record in the entire league. And you're really going to fault Brett Brown for that, for losing to this team? I mean, are the Sixers underperforming? They've won 50-plus games. Are they underperforming? Should the expectations be higher? Do we forget sometimes that Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid are still growing as players? If they fire Brett Brown, it's because Elton Brand wants his own guy. And that's the truth. Not because Brett Brown hasn't done a good enough job. It's because Elton wants his own guy. He's the general manager. The Colangelos wanted their own guy too, but they never got to bring one in. So this is fishy, man, this little report. It's either Brian or Jerry, one of them. Maybe not. Who knows? Who knows who the hell reported this? I mean, maybe somebody leaked this as a motivational tactic. I don't know, because Brett Brown's a player's coach, and well, who wouldn't want to fight for Brett Brown after that report? So, are the Sixers going to win tomorrow night? Yes, I believe so. I believe Joel Embiid. The fact that they've actually been able to get this series to 7 games is almost a miracle in itself, considering Joel Embiid was basically battling the West Nile virus for 3 games. He had gastronitis, and the other 2 games he was dealing with that upper respiratory infection. They got back to dominating the glass in Game 6. They got back to defending their perimeter in Game 6. Joel Embiid was plus 40. His defense is superb. All the energy in the world now, again, as long as he doesn't get sick tomorrow. As long as Ben Simmons remains aggressive, I think the Sixers can win. And if they beat the Raptors in Game 7, yes, they're going to beat Milwaukee and they're going to go to the finals. So Brett Brown might be okay anyway, because the Sixers, yeah, they're going to be playing Golden State for it all. They're not going to beat Golden State, but they're going to make it to the finals. I got a feeling. Yeah. I'm Adrian Fedkiw. I'm out. Peace.